Alright guys, real quick before I start this video, I would like to apologize. I did have an intro including Red River Aviation making his presence known here for today's video. Something happened to that clip and I'm not exactly sure what, so it did end up kind of biting the dust, disappearing if you will. So I don't have that unfortunately, so I apologize for the lack of a more proper introduction with Red River Aviation, but he does make his presence known in the update nonetheless. I think probably the second aircraft, I think gate 1 is when he comes in, so once again I apologize, but without further ado, we'll get started with today's Syracuse airport update. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Syracuse Aviation and welcome back to another airport update of Syracuse Hancock International Airport. Today is the 9th Syracuse update on this channel for the month of March 2023. We're actually on the last day of winter here, so looking forward to getting into the spring months. Hopefully we can start seeing some, maybe some route upgrades for the spring months here at Syracuse. That'd be really nice to see. And then going into the summer, there's going to be a lot of awesome additions as well. So without further ado, let's get started here at gate 15.
So much, Syracuse Aviation, for having me. I really appreciate it. Getting started right here at gate number 15, we have the Southwest Airlines flying 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery. This guy's going to be doing a turnaround out to Tampa today. We do have some awesome news on gate 15. Obviously, Syracuse Aviation has been assessing that thoroughly in some previous videos. Definitely check that out. But here's a little bit on gate 15, as there appears to be an overflow gate from various airlines, included but not limited to Southwest and American. As American typically has been overnight aircraft here at gate 15, which is really cool. So, but in this instance, there was this Southwest Airlines flight that was delayed out to Orlando that was that had the issue with that gate. So that's why here we have this Southwest flight going to Tampa. So really cool to get to see this. Like I said, this guy's out to Tampa today. And Canyon Blue livery, get out and catch it if you can, because there's not many left. So definitely get out and catch that beautiful livery if you can. It's special at this point.
Alright, and just taxiing in from Louisville here, we have this UPS 757-200 without winglets, of course. This is my first time featuring any cargo aircraft in any airport update, so pretty big milestone, I guess, for this channel. Really awesome to see some more cargo expansions here, I guess we can say. Syracuse has been doing very well with the cargo. One of the top airports for freight along the thruway in upstate central western New York. So really good to see this. I'm still waiting for the prime air construction and all that kind of stuff to get going here. That's been quite annoying to have to see it keep getting pushed back. I don't even think anyone has a general idea of when that's coming at this point, so that's very unfortunate. But nonetheless, good to see UPS going strong here, head-to-head with FedEx. This specific aircraft, again, coming in from Louisville. Next up here at the terminal, we have a Southwest Airlines 737-800 this time in the Heart livery on the turn-on flight to Orlando today. So as we were getting after in the Gate 15 segment, Gate 15 is occupied for the Tampa service because this aircraft coming in from Orlando was delayed, and so these two Southwest aircraft ended up coming in at roughly the same time, so they didn't want to have one waiting out on the ramp, so they sent one to 15, and that's why we still have a Heart livery 800 here at Gate 1. So Orlando, actually, speaking of Orlando on Southwest, is going to become a daily seasonal service starting in October. I believe it's October 5th. Or around then. So that's going to be a really awesome service seasonally here. I'm thinking that's probably going to go year-round within the next couple of years. Well, we've already had Orlando year-round, but it's just not been a daily, so probably the daily year-round service is going to get going not too long after this, but we'll have to wait and see. So aside from that, Gate 1 looking very good for Southwest Airlines. This is their primary gate, and we'll get on to the next aircraft.
Alrighty guys, here at gate number 3 we have this JetBlue Airways Airbus E320 in the spotlight tail. This guy is currently subbing in for Emirates Air J-190 because yes, and this guy's on the turnaround service out to Orlando MCO. Really great to see JetBlue on this service. JetBlue, of course, is very particular and selective when it comes to their New York services from Florida, so it's really cool to see this service to Orlando, and who knows, maybe Fort Lauderdale one day. I think that would be great competition versus G4. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But we're looking forward to something that should be a blast. So welcome Allegiant. Let's go.
Next up here at Gate 5, we have this American Airlines Airbus A319 with fence tips and CFM engines. This aircraft is on the turnaround flight to Dallas-Fort Worth. The current Dallas-Fort Worth aircraft loads on American are a little bit less than they normally are. They're still very good, probably within the 85 to 90%. But just in the summer, fall, and spring is a little bit more demand for this route. But nonetheless, the A319 is still filling up really nicely for this service, which is great to see. So hopefully an A320 or 737-800 at some point in the near future would be really nice. Also, Dallas-Fort Worth never really parks out of Gate 5. Gate 5 is more for like Philadelphia and DCA kind of stuff. Usually they're over at Gate 7 or 8. But the reason I don't have them there is because the terminal is just really crammed, and if I put it at Gate 8, it would practically be falling off the board, and I really don't want that to happen, especially the pretty rare little model like this. So good to see Dallas-Fort Worth going strong here. As I said, we have a little bus over there with the crew, I guess, coming up the jet bridge to board their flight and take all these passengers down to Dallas-Fort Worth.
Alrighty, guys, take a look at gate number 6 right here. As we have this American Airlines Airbus A321 in the absolutely stunning flagship Valor Medal of Honor livery with sharklets. This guy is coming from the Charlotte Dulles International Airport on the turnaround service. But really cool to see this aircraft, just a beautiful looking livery. I mean, just take a look at that effort. NG Models did an outstanding job on this. The Charlotte service is going really well as per usual here at Syracuse, which we've had a mix of CRJ 900s, Airbus E219s, and E321s, and it really depends on the season and the time of day. It's been a little bit since the last Syracuse update, of course, so that's been fluctuating quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's been some E320s there as well every now and again. So, but it's really cool to see the various aircraft. And yeah, 321 on that type of flight is not as common. So, really great to see Syracuse getting the up gauge there and the seat capacity on that route. Just really, that's demonstrating effort, for lack of a better term. So, absolutely loving that, and we're really excited to see where Charlotte Dulles goes in the future.
And next up for American Airlines here at Gate 8, we have this American Eagle CRJ 700 filling in for an Embraer 145 with service to Philadelphia. Philadelphia at the current time is actually 2 daily flights on the Embraer ERJ-145, which is rather unfortunate to see considering it was 3 daily with 2 Embraer 175s and 1 CRJ 700 or 900, depending on the day, back in the fall. But obviously it is winter, and so therefore travel demand, especially for airports in the northeast region, are a little bit less in the winter months for multiple factors, including but not limited to weather, which is probably one of the big ones, and then summer travel in general is just a lot higher. So that's kind of what we're dealing with there for Philadelphia, but nonetheless, at least we still have the service in general. So rather unfortunate, but hoping in the spring and summer we start to see more upgrades and up gauges. But yeah, that's all we really have for Philadelphia.
Alrighty, guys, next up at gate number 9, we have this American Eagle Embraer JS-145 on the behalf of Piedmont Airlines, I believe. This guy's on the turnaround service at the Boston Logan International Airport. Unfortunately, this is a pretty pitiful effort here by American, but luckily we will have JetBlue coming to save the day in May, which will be fantastic. It will be a once daily overnight Emerald 190, so really cool to see Boston returning. I cannot recall if it came back last summer, but I think this is the first time it's been back since 2020, so really excited to get to see that finally coming back, and kudos to JetBlue for sticking true to the route and bringing it back. Now we just need Fort Lauderdale, like I was referencing earlier, and then we'll really be chilling, but for now this will definitely do it, and very pleased with the effort, so looking very good.
The last aircraft for the American Airlines section for today's Syracuse update here at Gate 10 is the American Eagle Embraer E175. Once again here sitting at Gate 10. DCA is a 3 daily service on the Embraer 175, which is what this aircraft will be doing today, the turnaround flight to DCA. So not really a whole lot to say about DCA. I know in the summers we do have the A319 making an appearance for the overnight DCA flight, so really eager to see if we can get that back hopefully as soon as possible, because I think that's just such an awesome service. Maybe if we can get Dallas-Fort Worth on the 737, we can have the A319 represented here for the DCA service, but we'll have to see. So nonetheless, still considering, again, it's another northeast destination, 3 daily Embraer E175 for the winter months, not too bad here.
And here at gate number 11, we have this Allegiant Air G4 Welcome Allegiant Airbus E319. This guy's currently making his way over to the Nashville International Airport located in Tennessee. This is a free weekly service. Just huge props to Allegiant for this frequency. I mean, this is really impressive considering that Nashville, while a popular destination, I wouldn't think it's a free weekly on Allegiant type route, so that's really impressive. But furthermore, even more impressive, this service is going to be going up to 5 weekly this summer, which is really impressive. So this will be, I believe it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday. So really impressive effort. Just give it to G4. I mean, they're really kicking it with 8 destinations here out of Syracuse, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the progression. Hopefully some new routes very soon. They have a bunch of potential, but they're really kicking it on a service like Nashville here, and that's just really impressive. That's how you demonstrate effort, and I just really appreciate of Allegiant here. So well done, G4, and another great way to get to Syracuse.
And here we go with the final aircraft for the Alpha Concourse today. We have the Breeze Airways Airbus A220-300 here at Gate 12. This aircraft currently is getting the lavatory services. You can see, yes, we do finally have GSC out on the airport, as I don't even know if we've had any Syracuse updates with GSC. So GSC is making a return, which is really nice to see. We also have it fueling up on the right side of the aircraft there, which is really awesome to see. So this aircraft arrived in from Charleston. Charleston loads actually in the last couple months have been around 70%. So really, considering a city like Charleston on a mainline aircraft like this is not too bad for a city like Syracuse. Really eager to see, hopefully, the loads on that service, especially in the spring and summer, continue to fill up. Maybe we can see an upgauge, but I kind of doubt it. But even just higher load factors, even if it doesn't necessarily entail a route upgrade, is really awesome to see. Furthermore, this aircraft will be heading out to Las Vegas, which is a little bit above Charleston, actually, so I guess that kind of makes sense. It's further out, but it's also a little bit more popular for a city the size of Syracuse. It's kind of been around the 78 to 80% from what I've seen. I could be wrong, but I think for the most part. And then obviously just looking at the Breeze website, seeing the seat maps, especially considering that most people who book their flights haven't even selected their seats yet, and the aircraft seat map has been, I guess you could say, filling up fairly well for the most part, so that's really awesome to see. Hopefully in the future we can see maybe a 3-weekly service here on Breeze. Tampa I could even see upgraded to a 3-weekly at some point, and then I don't believe I mentioned in an actual Syracuse update. Actually, I know for a fact I haven't. I've made note of it on the channel before, but I haven't really put it in a Syracuse update. Norfolk, Virginia service on Breeze Airways will be starting this June, I believe, which will be a summer seasonal, twice weekly Embraer 190, which is really awesome to see. To be honest, I never even in my wildest dreams would have imagined Norfolk would be added on any type of frequency or aircraft. So really awesome to see there. Really excited to see how Breeze progresses here out of Syracuse, and really looking forward to their future.
Alrighty, guys, and welcome to Terminal B. Absolutely loving this effort right here. Starting off with this United Airlines Boeing 737-900. This guy is currently coming in from the Chicago O'Hare International Airport, ORD. Fantastic to get to see this. We have 3 daily services, 2 on the absolutely incredible CRJ-200, and we also have this overnight mainline service on the 737-900. Really solid effort here from United. This is pretty typical of them, but we actually love our Chicago service competing nicely with American, so I'm really pleased with the mainline here, and hopefully they'll continue to proceed with this. So this guy's out to ORD here in a little bit.
Alrighty, getting into our section of Delta aircraft here at Gate 25, we have this Delta Connection CRJ-900. This aircraft will be heading out to New York JFK on one of the 3 daily services to New York JFK. JFK has been very consistent, as we know. It's been 3 daily CRJ-900s for the longest time. I'd absolutely love to see maybe some more frequencies to JFK, considering LaGuardia is 5 frequencies, including an A220 on one of the later arrivals. So that's really awesome to see for LaGuardia, so hopefully JFK progresses in the same manner. I'm thinking a lot of the reason they haven't progressed as much as LaGuardia is because of the competition with JetBlue. But yeah, regardless, considering there's all that competition there with the airlines, looking very nice here for JFK.
And welcome to Gate 24 out, specifically to see Gate 24 right here at the same Syracuse Airport. It's really neat to see these hybrid gates, and that's exactly what we have here with this Delta Airlines operating a CRJ-900. Operating back, I think this is a SkyWest flight. It very well could be an Endeavor, though. Service out to Detroit Metro Wayne County International Airport in Syracuse. When are you going to bring back that airport, my boy? Just kidding. Anyways, nevertheless, this guy is currently out to DT Dubs, as the nickname would imply.
Yeah.
This is a 4-daily service on the 900. The good news is that an Airbus A320 overnight will be coming into the schedule starting in July, which is really exciting. I think this will be a fantastic addition. I'm sure this route's had mainline in the past, especially back when Northwest flew it, but it's really excited to see this as DTW has several connecting opportunities. And who knows, maybe one day we'll get Minneapolis back. I think that would be a great resumption there. And yeah, as Anderson and I joke about all the time, Tulsa and Syracuse are the same airport. They have the same terminal layout. We both lost Minneapolis. What's next? We shall see.
Next in line here at gate 24 is this Delta Airlines Airbus A220-100 with the nonstop service out to New York LaGuardia today. As I've said when I was on the JFK aircraft, LaGuardia is 5 daily on Delta Airlines and their regional partners, including an A220-100 service here, which is kind of inconsistent. It bounces between the 7 o'clock-ish evening arrival and the overnight. So I don't really think there's a consistent schedule, which is very interesting because usually, or at least in the upstate New York airports with the Delta mainline jets from LaGuardia and even Boston, they do these the overnight flights on mainline jets so that they don't have to spend as much money, or I guess you could even say effort, to overnight these aircraft at the larger airports that they fly into, like Boston and LaGuardia. That's why they fly them to these upstate airports. So very interesting to see that the A220 is making it in on some of the earlier flights that are not overnights. But regardless, very excited to see how LaGuardia progresses in the future. Once again, for Delta Airlines or Delta Connection, is 5 daily flights.
Alrighty, next up here at gate number 23, we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A319 subbing in for the absolutely impressive Airbus A320 that NG Models is yet to make. So NG Models, don't know why you're reluctant to do U.S. narrow-body 319s, 320s, but that is a story for another time. This 319 is substituted for 320 service out to the Allegiant and Jackson International Airport. What a fantastic airport it is, a fantastic route for us. This flight is currently 3 times daily, and really looking forward to seeing hopefully some good aircraft changes and hopefully some good up gauges, maybe some more 321s that we'll see back, and all kinds of fun aircraft. So looking good from the Delta Atlanta service.
Next up here at gate 22, we have this United Express CRJ 550 filling in for a CRJ 700 with service to Newark, which is, at the moment, it's twice daily, one a CRJ 700 and an A320 for the overnight. So very, very inconsistent. Literally all of the United operations here at Syracuse are inconsistent except for Denver, which I guess if you want, you could even take it as far as to say that Denver is inconsistent because that ranges between the A319 and the A320 almost on the daily. It's more the A319, but we do get A320s in here fairly often, which I guess it's kind of reasonable, but for the most part, very, very inconsistent, which is quite irritating when you're trying to put together an airport update. So at 22, again, we have the 550 filling in for the 700 service to Newark, which is the twice daily service, so this is obviously not the overnight. And so really not much else to say there besides the unfortunate inconsistencies, but hopefully getting into the spring and summer months, we'll see some more mainline and some more frequencies.
And then right here we have this United Airlines Boeing 737-900. Not sure if this is the Continental or the Even Blue. I'm going to take a nice guess at the Continental, but it's probably one or the other. This guy's currently making the overnight service from the Washington Dulles International Airport, IAD. Funnily enough, just like the previous inconsistencies that Anderson was just referencing, we have more inconsistencies with this Dulles services. This flight comes in, it's a bunch of 737s, 145s, 550s, 200s, you name it, it's there. Just United's philosophy, they absolutely love demonstrating effort in the most inconsistent ways possible, no pun intended. And that's exactly what we're seeing here with this 737-900. It's still it's still awesome to see the main line nevertheless, and we are making it happen. So this 739 looking fantastic. Over to IAD.
The final aircraft for today's Syracuse Hancock International Airport March 2023 update is this beautiful Frontier Airlines Airbus A320 with sharklets, featuring Griswold the Bear on the tail here at gate 20. This aircraft is preparing for a flight out to Orlando MCO today. Orlando is very inconsistent, just like United here, as we see in the foreground. Very inconsistent. We're seeing between 4 weekly and 6 weekly. It's completely random. It's very annoying to have to look at that. All I want in these airlines route configurations is just to be able to see just consistent schedules, because there's really no reason to be operating it on different days every week, in my opinion. Very annoying, but nonetheless, at least we have Frontier to begin with, because they are leaving Rochester and they've already left Albany, so the fact that we have them at all, I'm not going to lose any sleep over a inconsistent schedule. So nevertheless, as I said, we have a Frontier A320 heading out to Orlando, which has been more frequently A321s. Almost every single frequency to Orlando is an A321, which is awesome to see. Even some A321 Neos have been making their way into here, which is awesome. So excited to see Frontier's progression. Yeah, there it is. Excited to see Frontier's progression out of Syracuse. Hopefully some more destinations, but they've been cutting routes left and right, so I gotta hope for the best.
This year, Poland this year would have been an absolute
All right, here we go, guys. So thank you for watching today's March 2023 update of Syracuse. A lot of awesome humor thrown in here, just really awesome to see. Trying to lighten the mood a little bit, make this a little bit more enjoyable of an update for you guys, throwing some funny jokes and that kind of thing in there, horsing around with airline schedules and that kind of thing. We have a bunch of aircraft over here on top of each other just because I'd moved some stuff around to be able to configure my camera to be able to catch these two aircraft in the back here. So there we go. Airport obviously doesn't look like this, but I guess now it does. So here's a beautiful look at Concourse A while we have this ability to view it like this. Looking very nice. Breeze over there in the corner, Allegiant, American, who has been taking up new gates left and right, including gate 11 and sometimes 12 and 15. So really awesome to see that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's update. We had Red River Aviation here as a special guest joining us for today's update. So if you'd like to say hello, or I guess goodbye at this point, jump right in.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me again. I really enjoy getting to keep up with Syracuse and what's going on here. And like I said, it's a really cool airport, really impressive for the size of the town. And somehow all of our great folks in Syracuse got to go on leisure and business adventures. So again, thank you so much for having me, Anderson. I really appreciate it. And really looking forward to more videos in the future soon, my friend.
All right, thank you.